All right, the Houston Texans are rumored to do something that's just kind of crazy, and I'm here for it. And, when you look at how much money they have to spend, when you look at the team as it currently stands, man, this could be a really good idea. And the L'Jarius Sneed of the Kansas City Chiefs just got the franchise tag. So you might be saying like, well, okay, well, there he goes. You can't get him in free agency. But hold on, because not only did he get the franchise tag, but also he was given permission to seek a trade. All right? He was given permission to seek a trade. So if you're new to this channel, a couple things. This is not our first go-around. We are Lions fans. We have another channel, Sports Talk Detroit. But we love teams that the national media ignores. We've been covering the Texans all year, so we're making a push for more subs right now. If you have yet to subscribe to this channel, go ahead and do that, please. We would love to have you join this community. We're making that push. We want to get to 15,000. Honestly, we'd love to see this channel get even bigger than our Detroit channel. All right? And so why don't you go ahead and give that a shot? But here's what we're thinking with L'Jarius Sneed. And this does a great job of talking about some pros, some cons, and then at the end of the video, I'll give you where I stand on this one, because I think there is a very clear and obvious what you should do. But before I get into what I think you should do, why don't you tell me what you want to do? Leave a comment below. Do you want L'Jarius Sneed on the Texans? Give you what is arguably, I don't even know if it's arguably, definitely the best cornerback duo in the league. That's what you would have. So the pro is just that, another star cornerback. He'd be coming to you on a franchise tag, and you would have, I believe, until July 17 to sign him to an extension. Otherwise, he'll play on that franchise tag. All right. Steven Nelson's probably headed toward unrestricted free agency, and if I had to choose between paying Sneed $20 million and Nelson $10 or $11 million, I'm taking the 20 for Sneed. I just am, even though Nelson had a really good year last year. All right, so that's the pro. All right, his on-field production is nuts. 10 picks, 40 defended passes, 6.5 sacks, 19 tackles for loss, and 57 games since 2020. He ranked first in yards per target, 6th in completion percentage. According to PFF, he ranks 10th in cornerback wins above replacement. He's good. Sneed, hold on, cold. Sneed is what I call, and I don't know how else to say this, he's sticky. He's sticky in coverage. And you got to see that like none other in the Super Bowl. It was unbelievable. His ability to stick, whether it was Ayuk, whether it was Debo, it didn't matter. It didn't matter who he was guarding. He was in his hip pocket. He was the whole time, almost like he was running the route for them. They could not get separation. And one of the beautiful things about a Shanahan system, which now you guys get to enjoy, right? Because you get to have that same type of system, thanks to Slowick, is it gets wide receivers open. Well, maybe it does, but not if Sneed is covering them. He's only 27 years old. It would be the best unit in the NFL. Here's the con. Cost of acquisition. Yeah, he's going to be pricey. So if you want to know how pricey he's going to be, I would say you're going to need to pay him somewhere in the range of $18 to $22 million a year. That's a lot for a cornerback. He's 27 years old, but it's not just about the money. It's about what's it going to cost to get him. Because no longer is he a free agent where you're just bidding against other teams and you might have to overpay, but now you're going to have to give up something. So this article does a great job. All right, it talks about Jalen Ramsey. He's been traded twice. First to the Rams for 2 firsts and a 4th, and then to the Dolphins. By the way, that was way too much for the Rams to give up. And then to the Miami Dolphins for a 3rd. He was 25 on his first trade, which is part of the reason why it was so much. And then he was 29 during the second trade. Splitting the difference overall, Sneed could cost a 2nd-round pick. Or they were saying a 1st-round swap possibly with the Chiefs. Would you do that? Let's just say it's the 1st-round swap. So you give them pick 23, they give you pick 32 and Sneed. And then maybe like you have to throw them a 5th rounder. I would do that, just to be clear. All right, so let's let's keep going. Man, I can't stop coughing. I'm so sorry. All right, versatility is a pro. He can play anywhere in the secondary. Play in your slot. He can play on the outside. He can play on the back end if you need him to. He can tackle. He can get sacks. Tackles for losses. You want to do a screen pass his way? No, thank you. All right, he's been matched up against some of the absolute best wide receivers in the league. Over the last 2 years, he's been matched up with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. I mean, you're talking about Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Devontae Adams. Like, these are really good wide receivers that he has been a lockdown for. Everybody's talking about Jalen Johnson of the Bears and saying, like, he's the number one corner that you'd go for. Not me. I'd go for Snead. And then the con is the extension price. Cowboys corner Trayvon Diggs was undoubtedly the best corner as far as getting takeaways in the league when he resigned. He signed a 5-year, $95 million deal. So he signed a 5-year, $19 million a year. Okay? That's what he got. Snead is going to get about the same amount of money, which is exactly what his franchise tag is. So I think he's worth it. I think you have the money to do it. I think that the problem is the biggest issues the Texans had last year on defense was stopping the run. This doesn't help you stop the run. This does allow your defense to play a little bit differently because now you know you have two corners that are just lockdowns. You do a 4-year contract for them, not a 5. You do a 4-year, $80 million contract. When it's time to pay Stroud, then all of a sudden you can say, all right, Snead is off the books. It could work. I mean, it could honestly work. So when I look at these things, my verdict, all right, my verdict is simple. I do the trade. If they're saying it's a second or a third, or if they're saying a first-round pick swap, I do the trade. And then I'd worry about the salary cap, but you guys are good on that. And I would say, okay, maybe we are not in as much of a rush to re-sign Greenlaw. Greenard. I don't know why I said Law. So sorry. All right, Greenard, because I would rather give 18 or 19 million to Snead than 20 to 23 million to Greenard. I love Jonathan Greenard, but when I'm starting to hear what the price is going to be on him, whoo, that's steep. I think you can stop the passing game just as effectively with an elite corner as you can a almost elite D end. And you still have an elite D end. All right? You still have another guy by the name of Anderson. All right? So that's my verdict. I'd say go for it. Why not? Swing for the fences. Your offense is looking good. Spend some money on that defense. Get him in the draft with that 32nd pick. Get Sweat out of Texas. You're good to go. All right. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See ya.